What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing on with episode number 9 of Sing Yesterday For Me. This one's titled Christmas Carol. So we have a Christmas themed episode, I guess. It's about all I can really glean from that. Yeah. Timelines in anime can be really odd. Like, they just can be odd sometimes, especially in series like this. Like, for a series that's based in a school, which is very common in anime, it can be very predictable as to what sort of events and timeline you're expecting. Usually a season of anime will cover up till about Christmas, or it will go all the way through to the end of the school year. That's usually what happens, because you've got to get the summer episode in so you can have your beach episode or your swimsuit episode. You've got to get that in for the merchandising, right? With a show like this, though, the timeline is completely based on whatever the writer feels is necessary to add extra events to offer new scenarios for our characters to interact, and it seems that we're up to Christmas. I can't remember when we started the show, relatively, in terms of like what time of the year. It might have been around about the springtime. I think it must have been, because I'm fairly certain we had scenes with cherry blossoms and such, so we must have started just before spring or during spring. So it's actually been a fairly long amount of time since we've met these characters, and since these events have happened. But last time, okay, this is where I have my first real gripe with the show, in just the general direction it went. I was really hoping that the show might be mature enough to go down the route of, well, what if we dated but it didn't work out? Like, that's where I honestly thought they might be going with Rikuo and Shinako. I thought they were going to try doing that route of, okay, they're now dating, we're going to see if this actually is a healthy relationship for them, or if it's just going to fall apart. That's where I thought they might be going with that. Or at least have like a one-night fling or something, where they can start thinking about that internally. Ultimately, it didn't come to anything, it just came to, no, I'm not ready for this, ultimately. Which I think she wanted Rikuo to be a bit more insistent. Judging by what she said of him in end of episode 7, how she kind of liked how Ro was a kind of pushy. Like, he was trying to get her to move on. Like, that's the one thing, like, she kind of, like, wish Rikuo had. Like, if Rikuo had that, like, desire, this is kind of poor phrasing considering what it would ultimately end up being, but, you know, the desire to, like, push forward and just be that little bit more selfish about it. I think the story would have gone very differently if he did have that side to him. And I think their relationship as a whole probably would go differently if that was the case. But yeah, it just played out as not moving forward, stagnating still, of course. Which I feel like is going to be the main theme of the show. I mean, it's a romance anime. Progress is painfully slow, and you don't get to relationships. If you get to a relationship in an anime, you found one of the rarities. Oro Monogatari, Chunibyo, which I've been rewatching recently as well. Those are the types of shows that I always look for in romance anime. Not the typical, like, building up to a kiss or building up to a confession types that are very common. This gets a pass from me because it's dealing with a much more mature theme. Like, it's not your typical high school romance deal. It's more mature themed. Although it follows very much to the similar sort of style in like how it's dealing with conflicts, rivalries, and stuff like that. It's just put on a more relatably mature tone for someone of my age, roughly. I'm 23-ish, so like not a teenager, just coming out of teenagers, but not like full grown, like in my 30s or something. Like this is a very relatable time period for someone at my age group, I think. So that's why I give this one a pass, and I'm enjoying it way more than I normally would of a romance show of its type. Anyway, we've also had Rikuo. He's now of the mindset that he still has feelings for Shinako. It's going to take a while for that to die down. Like, he won't be able to move on until they actually confirm that they're going out with each other, or Shinako moves on herself. I think that's the only way Rikuo can move on from that. But for now, he seems to be focusing more of his attention onto his job now that he's a full-timer. He's not working part-time at convenience store and the other place. He's working full-time at that photography place. He's getting in photography more. He's learning more about camera work and stuff. Like, he's actually making progress in his work life, which is something he didn't have either. And I think what's going to ultimately come about is he's going to start thinking he's going to enjoy this time, and he's brushing off relationships right now. Like, he brushed off Haru. He was trying to be kind about it, but I think that's going to have a big impact on her, as we see for this next episode. It's going to be interesting to see if she comes back as her cheery self, like she did the last time we had that moment with her. I'm going to be very interested to see if she can bounce back from that, or if she's going to go, or if that's her going off the deep end now. It'd be very interesting to see. But, where was I going with this? That was the point I was about to make. Yes, he's going to start thinking, right, what was the motivation for me to start enjoying my camera work? And at the end of the day, he's going to have to think back. It was Haru. Like, at the end of the day, it was mainly Haru and Shinako both contributing to him moving forward with his life. But I'd say mainly Haru. I'd say mainly Haru is the main reason for him moving on. Not much motivation from her end, but she was always like trying to push him to do something and take action. And I think that's something like you could say for both Shinako and Riko. They're both people that are stagnating and need a push to get their life in motion again. Riko is getting that from Haru. Shinako is kind of getting that from Riko and Ro at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see how that theme keeps going through the next bit. But we've got Christmas Carol here. Let's load up the episode here. I don't want to talk too long. As always, these are time-based reactions. I need my notes. That's something I forgot. As always, these are time-based reactions. So at the bottom of the screen, round about the bottom left here or so, round about there, you're going to see a timer for the reaction so that you can sync this up with your own footage. I'm watching the official Crunchyroll version. That will be linked in the description. I would show more, like the subtitles down the bottom, but after the whole Molebeat issue, I'm not risking it, even on shows that I know should be perfectly fine. So, yeah, as long as you're watching the Crunchyroll version, it should be fine. If you don't want to watch the Crunchyroll version, alternate sites do exist, and they, more often than not, pull from the Crunchyroll or Funimation versions. That's usually what happens. But if not, like, just wait a week and these shows just become free on Funimation Crunchyroll, so you don't even need a subscription. It's just for the brand new simulcast that you do need it. So, I'll count us down 3, 2, 1, play, and then we'll be good to go. So with that said, everything is set up. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, play. Groove music. Who are we eating dinner with? I think this is Shinako and Ro. Yes, it is. This is where we left off last time. As he came in, she turned to face him. After not seeing each other for a little while. Something in my eye. It's not tears yet. I wonder if this show's going to have that big emotional impact that I'm kind of hoping for. I doubt it, but we'll see. Yeah, it's awkward in here, as expected. Good man. Apologizing. It's the correct thing to say. You were very pushy that day. Just a bit. Yep. Very true. But he's acknowledging it. That's good. You don't have to. I think she wants to. Well, naturally, it's going to be awkward after that, but... Yes. But not in the way of... Yes, as her own family, not as the way I think he's hoping. She doesn't want to take the plunge. Sure, it wasn't close at all this last time, was it? So we are seeing her perspective on this. Possibly. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, they're both asking the same question. How does the other feel of each other? Okay, so she's still... Okay. She's still adamant of pursuing him. Immediately tells something's wrong? Yep, there we go. Could say that. He's avoiding everyone, really. That's the excuse he's giving himself. There's a little bit of that. I mean, you always overthink everything, but, like, you know. Welcome to love, the most complicated thing that science will never explain. No matter how many times they try and explain it. Still a great show. Yeah. Yep. Christmas event. Oh. Oh, he has plans already. That's true. Um, okay. Okay. Ooh, Christmas chicken. Ginkgo nuts? Something in particular about them? Does Ro particularly like them? I have no idea. I don't even know what a ginkgo nut is. I've never heard of them, ate them, anything. Yeah, so he attributes his motivation to him. Okay, that's a good distinction. Oh, really? Right. You still got to do something special. Just don't have to do gifts. Okay. So, basically, very true. Ah. Ah ha ha ha. Okay. She's gonna turn him down, or is she going to accept? And oh, okay. Dilemma already established. Who's she going to disappoint? Ah, of course. Yeah. Naturally. Of course. Yep. Hmm. Is he actually thinking about how Haru's dealing with all this? Because that would be a surprise. Uh, Complicated question. You mean Requel, okay. Yep. Some people can do it very easily, some people really can't. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, some people can evaluate it that way. Very true, very true. Thank you. What do you want to do, Haru? I think she already made that decision. She made that decision a long time ago. Oh, okay. Okay. During dinner. Uh-huh. Old college photos. There we go. Ah, okay. So they have significance to... Okay. Not that he remembers. Really? Wow. He probably doesn't want to remember that. Ooh. What's she gonna say? But yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. Now, how he's going to equate that, I don't know, but it's an interesting development. No, he's just asleep. Hmm. All right. Oh, he walked her home. Okay, that's why he's not back. That makes sense. Gonna say something? No. Okay. You definitely have more life back then, that's for sure. More energy, I should say. Hmm. They actually subtitled The Crow. I didn't think they actually subtitled that. That was actually funnier than it should have been. I didn't think they'd subtitle that. Uh, that means that Crow now has a voice acting line credit, right? Like, it now needs credit for a voice acting line. Just saying. Uh, mm-hmm. Crow, Raven, I don't know what it is. I've never... Crow. Okay, we're going with Crow this time. Yep. Yep. Did they exchange addresses? Give her a text or something. That's a random question out of the blue. What? Why you... What? Ooh, okay. I see how it is. Okay, I like the co-worker. Ah. Also, what is it? What is it? Just saying, like... Also, you said no gifts. Oh. Oh, I love this. I love this woman. She's great. Okay, so it's just a cute necklace, okay. Of course, there's a Santa outfit. Of course. What, are you expecting him to come walking through the door? No. Of course he did. Nice. Mystery creature? Hmm. Is that what they nicknamed it? Because it's meant to be something, but it just came out as something weird. Yeah. More openly talking about the brother, though. That's progress. Although conversation got real awkward again after that, but you know. Oh. Anything but natural. But she likes this too, okay. Hmm. What are you thinking? Wow. You're gonna get hit. You suck at this, dude. Wow, she's just straight up left. Just straight up left. Okay. Ah, she's thinking about that. I see. Yeah. The reaction is good. They're where they've always been, really. Ain't that the truth? Hmm. Oh. Ah, I see. Yep. Alright. That's the... Where did the last 20 minutes go? Oh boy. Okay, so they are just repeating the same ED. Okay. That's fine. I was a little hopeful after they had had the first 6 be updating. But I think this is a straight repeat of the past 2 as well. I think it's the same high score. Yeah, same everything. Still a good ED. That episode went way too quickly. Alright, and that's it. Well then. Well. So we've now got... My head is getting dizzy from all the circling. Yeah, that's a good comment, actually. Yeah, okay. This is interesting. So as of right now, we have another 3 episodes left of the main series that we know we're getting for certain on Crunchyroll. After that, there are 6 more episodes that are Abema TV exclusives that who knows if Crunchyroll's getting or not. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And I assume... I don't even know if they're airing straight after this series either, in the same weekly slot or not. I will have to look that up in the future. If details of that have already been announced, please let me know in the comments, of course. Because I would be very, very interested to see. I'll be keeping an eye on Crunchyroll news just to see if they are going to get the extra 6 episodes or not. If not, well, alternate sites will happily have them, I'm sure. But yeah. Okay, progress is still slow, but we are getting some insight here. Slowly but surely. Like, everything and everyone almost is trying to help Riko and Shinako get together. Like, the friend's wife is helping here. Everything seems to be converging to try and get these two together. Riko does want that, but he doesn't know how to approach it. Shinako... I guess she does also want to be with him. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if she's as convinced about it or not. Haru's trying her best, but she doesn't know what to do now, really. Like, she doesn't have the convenient excuse of, oh yeah, I was passing by your work on the way home, and it's at the convenience store, I might as well get something while I'm here, and I can see you while I'm here. It's like, she doesn't have that excuse anymore. Like, his work is 3 stations over. To do that every single time, it's quite clearly not a coincidence or clearly anything other than, I want to see you. I do feel like exchanging addresses is the way to go forward. Like, even if it's just like a small conversation every other day or something, just over the phone. Like, not call, but texting. I feel like that would be... I feel like that would be a starting point, at least, between the two of them, to get them back to at least a somewhat regular communication outside of seeing each other. Now again, phones aren't featured too heavily in this series, and this is set in a time period before, like, modern day iPhones and smartphones and stuff. So maybe these characters just, maybe Riko just doesn't have a phone. I don't know. I have no idea what the phone situation is like for them, but yeah, that would be, like, if it was a modern day setting, that is how I would probably see them approaching it. Like, just Haru and Riko just exchange mail addresses and just have a chat every now and then. Like, I feel like that would be a nice way to at least stay in contact, stay friendly, and see where it goes from there, because I really feel like Riko has not given Haru the attention that she was hoping for. Like, she's going out of her way to see him, talk to him, get to know him, and all this. He's been brushing her off basically since day one, with some minor bits here and there of trying to get to know him. Get to know her, sorry. But not really seriously pursuing that. He's seriously pursuing, well, to an extent, Shinako. And that's what his ambition is. I think it's going to take Shinako outright rejecting him. I think it's going to take that before he gives up on that. And that makes me wonder if that's going to happen in this 12 episodes or in the full 18 episodes that we're meant to be getting. I wonder what type of show this is going to be, because obviously the source material is out and has completed, right? Yes, the manga has completely finished. And finished, 5 years ago now. Well, it's coming up very nearly to the 5th anniversary of it ending. And it ran for nearly 20 years. God damn. So I'm wondering what sort of actual manga it was. Because like I've said with most romance shows this season, or in any season, whenever I come up with a romance show, it's always a question of, okay, do they approach the subject of being in a relationship? Because most romance shows focus on going from either just the first meeting, the crush stage, or the friend stage into the relationship. Like, that's where most of the focus of the show will go, building up to confessional first kiss. That's just generic romance anime. And I don't know if that changes for manga readers in particular, because a lot of shows that I watch anime-only adaptations. Well, not anime-only adaptations. I watch the anime adaptations of manga and light novels. I very, very, very rarely will read any sort of manga. I just don't have the time. The one exception is, well, I have one volume of manga there you might see on my shelf that I read, and I was going to get more, but I was poor, so I couldn't afford to buy more, so I just didn't bother. That is Nisakoi's first manga volume that I happen to have there, just because I can. So yeah, I don't know if this manga is going to be any different in that it will approach the ideas of relationships. That's why I was very excited for episode 8 when I first started watching that one. But yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm very curious to see if there is ever that turning point in Riko's mind where he recognizes Haru as more than just someone who bothers him and follows him, but as someone he genuinely has some form of interest in being a friend or being more than a friend. Like, I'm curious if that switch is ever going to just click in his mind and he'll be like, oh, who's this person that's been with me along pretty much this entire journey, has been supporting me across this entire journey, and I've never done really anything to thank her for it. I wonder if that's going to ever happen to him. I don't know. But for now, this is very much focused on how him and Shinako is going. That's the main focus. And I think it's going to be Shinako to probably be like, okay, sorry, Riko, it's just not going to happen. I think it's going to take that before anything between Haru can progress. Because Haru's out of options at this point. Like, what's Haru meant to do to get Riko to like her? There's nothing she can do at this point. Like, she's quite clear of how she feels about him and how she would like things to go, but Riko just isn't reciprocating that. He just doesn't see her in that way. And that's because he still has this lingering affection for Shinako. It will take that coming to well, maybe not an abrupt end, but for that to finally get closure, that is the moment that Haru then has any chance, I think. And I think to get that closure, I think Shinako would have to start treasuring her time more with Ro, but I just can't see it. I can't see Shinako and Ro being a couple. I just don't see that happening. I very much see them as the older sister, younger brother type. And I can't see that ever progressing into a romantic way, even though Ro is very adamant that he would like to pursue in that way. But I just can't see it. I really cannot. Not with his character. But who knows where that's going. Because I'm still Team Haru. I still want Haru and Rico to get together in the end, but who knows if that will actually happen. I feel like it's one of those stories where no one ever gets together, but yeah, I have no idea what to expect. Very interesting. Well, we've got 3 more episodes left. We're going to be focusing on the Christmas party between Rico and Shinako when we start off episode 10. We'll see what happens there. We'll see if the wife of the best friend is going to be play matchmaker anymore. Because those two, they're already playing matchmaker for him. Shinako's teacher buddy that we saw last episode is also playing matchmaker for her as well. Like, everyone around them is trying to get them together. So, we'll see if any of that does come to fruition. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did. Helps grow the channel out, which now more than ever is very important after we've had to reboot with a second channel. Leave a comments what you thought of the episode. And if you want to have a bit more of an in-depth discussion about the show, you can always visit my Discord server, where we'll have a dedicated topic for the show, or just anime in general, anything, do with anything, channel updates and stuff, they'll all go there first. So, link to that's in the description. And don't forget to hit subscribe to see next week's episode, which will be on time next time, I promise, as well as the rest of the Spring 2020 reactions you can find on my channel. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.